Hello once again, and good evening, all. I'm Arya, and tonight I'll be your humble bonus storyteller for this, episode 2, entitled The Shadows of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, City by Night. If you just joined us last time, or are here for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, tonight you're in for a treat. First off, let's meet our players. Starting with Valeria.
Good evening. I am Valeria Russela. Outside of the world of darkness, I am known as Girl of Tomorrow. My pronouns are she, her, they, them, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here with you this evening.
Now we have Nyx.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah, Hannah Bella online. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Nyx Darkwell, who is a Toreador.
And Kira.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashley of STR Gaming. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be portraying the role of Kira Emalia Smirnova of Clan Ventru.
And finally Nicholas.
Good evening. I am Shagrazir, pronouns he, him, and I will be portraying Nicholas Ozame Russell of Clan Gangrel.
And our special guest for the evening, Baron Victor of the Mountains, will be joining us at a dramatically appropriate moment. And Nosferatu, unfortunately, will not be appearing tonight, but we send our love to Katako, and she'll be returning as Espria in episode 3. In addition to the storyteller, I also portray Victoria Bassett of Clan La Sombra, and tonight she's in for a whole load of hurt. Without further ado, let's tell a vampire story. We begin again. As we left off in the last episode, Victoria was about to share what she knows about the upcoming war, Camarilla Anarch War. So yeah, as I said, it's much worse than we realized. The Camarilla is trying to reform. And they're taking no prisoners, no witnesses, and most importantly, no judgment. As we know how the Camarilla works, they're ruthless. And this time, they're headed up by someone that I used to know. He's a preacher, and he does a lot more than just preach. Does anyone know the La Sombra known as Mars Patronus. Are you any of you aware of this character?
No.
Okay.
Nope. No. Nope.
Alrighty.
Who are they?
They are a emboldened La Sombra that is now very, very devout to the Camarilla and will stop at nothing to declare praxis, not only in just Australia, not only just in Sydney, but the entire planet. And they mean business.
Whole
That's scary.
planet? The whole planet? The whole Earth? The whole planet?
Precisely, my love.
Yes.
Precisely. So we need to stop them.
Okay.
And we're supposed to stop them?
Well, the Anarchs are basically overrun most of Sydney. Most of other cities in Australia, interstate. So we have a firm hold for now. But that can change very quickly.
And how do you know this?
I am very well connected. And the Sabat and the Camarilla toss me aside, so I have no allegiances to either sect. But I still have friends in high places, and so I was able to find out most of this information. But there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. And we probably need to find out with our collective intuition.
You know, I have a few things I'd like to get off my chest first, if I may. Is that, one, I think we can all agree here that you've been very cryptic since I've met you. I know that you probably have a pattern of behavior to where you're cryptic with everyone that you meet, because I've gotten that impression. And no, I don't mean to be disrespectful, of course, because I think that you're here to help. I think that you have been helpful, just rather cryptic. So I'd love to know more information, but I also, Nicholas, if someone's trying to declare praxis not only in Sydney or Australia, but the entire planet, I mean, I know power, I know influence, I know wealth. It's going to take a lot of power, a lot of influence, a lot of wealth, a lot of connections. They're going to have the backing of a lot of people. And if they're starting here in Sydney, it stands to reason that they're going to be easily noticeable.
It also means that stopping one person probably isn't the end of it. But I want to circle back to, you know this woman.
I know him. And yes, he is delusional. He is proclamational. He likes to be very... what's the word? Impulsive. And he does things without thinking. He is extremely reckless. But he also has a lot of power and influence in the remaining Camarilla, in the city and beyond. So he is the one that will start this revolution, because he has all the conviction in the world to go and do that. Now, we can have a game plan. And I do have a few allies here and there that are working with me and working for me that will ease the tensions a bit. But I can't do it alone. Going back to what you said, Kira, yes, I have been a bit distant. I have been a bit shadowy, for a lack of a better term. But it was all to keep everyone that I hold dear and everyone I align with safe. From this point on,
How did you know you would need us? I haven't
And
seen
why
you in
us?
40 years.
it's been a combination of many decades of planning. The Camarilla has not been at this for some time. They have been at this for almost an age. So, I used my resources to find newly born kindred so that I could establish a group of kindred that would be able to fight when the need pressed for it. So that here, all 5 of you. Wait, where's the sprayer? As you all look around.
You know, I allowed her.
Go ahead, Kira.
Oh yes. You know, I look around and obviously I don't see her. I don't think any of us do. She has a habit of disappearing, but she may still be watching, but I allowed her safe passage into my haven. She can come as freely as she wishes, but we haven't seen her since she left the vehicle.
Yeah. I think she might have dipped out at some point. Tell me, Nicholas and Kira, do you have surveillance? Were you able to ask your staff if they saw where Espria might have gone? It's possible she slipped out of the building without us noticing.
Communicate with the staff via earpiece, I imagine, to ask that question.
Yep.
So I would probably contact Willow since she's on cameras, and ask if she's seen the woman that we entered with.
She responds with, I haven't seen a thing. I saw all of you enter that building, into that room, and none of you leave.
Sprea is herself. Sprea loves the shadows. Sprea is always here and always gone.
Yes. Be that as it may
She,
seem. Yes, go right ahead.
Make some good lyrics.
You know, I have a question for you, actually, Miss Bassett. We haven't actually really gotten a chance to formally meet to have a formal discussion, and I'm very big on formality myself. So first and foremost, welcome to Sydney Secluded. I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy to offer you safe haven, and as you very well have noticed, I'm also happy to offer you something to drink if you so need it. But you mentioned making allies. You mentioned having people that you know. Does that include the Thin Bloods?
The Thin Bloods are scattered here and there, but they have no real allegiance to anyone. You see, they're not truly kindred. Well, in a matter of speaking. But, yeah, I know a few, but they are not really that important to this upcoming war.
And I'm sorry to interrupt here, but I have some pressing needs to know. And Valeria, I'm gonna have to ask you to forgive me, but Miss Bassett, what kind of Malkavian bullshit is it to be going around and finding newly embraced kindred? How could you know without an in like that?
Rude, 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 rude.
I said I'm sorry.
Still
Okay.
rude.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of connections and friends in high places. I was able to travel the world and be in the vicinity of, new embraces, but I often got lucky. I wasn't always exactly... The information I have wasn't always exactly accurate, but I was
Did you
able
know
to
that we
find...
were going to be embraced before it happened?
Some of you I did.
Could you have stopped it?
Well, in the case of our lovely Nosferatu Espria, no. Because they weren't meant to be Nosferatu. In the case of Valeria, no, I couldn't stop Tristan. He was a force to be reckoned with. Nyx, I was present in the bar, but I wasn't able to control anyone. And Kira, well, that one was easy. Isabella was going to do it
Easy.
no matter what. And Nick, I
I'm
just found you
sorry,
on a
excuse
beach
me?
somewhere. Like, I don't know if I could stop that one. Sorry about that.
Sorry, but does any of you find any of this kind of a lot to take in?
Oh yeah. And you mentioned finding newborn kindred to fight. Is there more of us? Are you building an army? Is this why we've been turned?
I'm really bad at drills, and I can't march in line with other people. I like to dance and throw glitter instead, so I don't think we should build an army.
No, neither do I. I'm not a fighter.
And I know that, you know, by now y'all probably guess that, of Clan Ventru, we do like making connections, we do like building things, but an army, not my thing, not my style, and I just want to have a nice nightclub. I want to make a difference. I want to make things better for our fellow kindred, not just for Ventru, but for all of us. And my plans do far exceed just owning a nightclub or attaining wealth. But an army, I don't think anyone should fight for war. I don't think anyone should want war.
Kira, my dear, whether you like it or not, you're in this war. And we find ourselves on the precipice of a revolution. And we can stop it. We can maintain our Anarch way of unlife if we fight. If we don't fight, dead, likely. Not living at all.
Would that
So-
be
You
so
know-
bad?
Dead ski. Dead ski.
Yes. Dead for realsies, as it were.
You know, I should clarify. I said that I don't want war, nor should anyone else want war. I said that I'm not about building an army for war. But if war should come to our fellow kindred, if the masquerade should dare be threatened, especially, make no mistake about how I feel. I may be a person of means, but I'm not going to let our people die. I'm not going to let this nightclub fall. I'm not going to let Sydney fall because of infighting. I'm not going to let any country suffer from the actions of one or even several fools that think they can make things worse or, again, threaten the masquerade. So I'm ready. I know my people are ready. I know that while I dare not speak for Nicholas, of course, but I think he and I can both agree that if we have to, we will do what needs to be done.
So I like to hear.
Going to protect kindred, but you're telling me, Miss Bassett, that this is some heretofore unknown Camarilla plot.
It's not just a plot. It's been enacted overseas a few times already. And the Anarchs have lost.
Already.
The Camarilla
Oh,
basically surrounds us. And if we don't stop it here, the new Free Anarch movement is dead. Much like the Camarilla. We're basically dormant and dead and done. So we either choose to fight for ourselves or we don't.
Miss
for
Bassett,
one-
I have one last question.
Go ahead.
Yes, this person that you speak of, this person that is seeking to go above their means and to enact this plan that you say has been a long time coming. What is their name?
I will repeat. The radical's name is known as Mars Patronus. He is a La Sombra of the 12th generation. And he has a lot of power and influence. And he's homegrown, which makes it even worse.
He's from here.
Is he also organic?
In a matter of speaking. As you know, the Sombra are one with the Shadow. So I am aware of how he operates. He doesn't take any witnesses or prisoners. And he casts people into the Shadow. Mortals and kindred alike. Doesn't care who he trods on along the way. I for one, would like to see his final end. Because he brings nothing but misery and sorrow to kindred kind. For the time being, dawn is approaching. I suggest we lay to rest here for the night, or here for the day rather, and reconvene the following night.
Sleepy, sleepy.
I for one am hungry.
As a matter of fact,
I for one am hungry. I suggest we feed and get all of our ladle needs in order.
Snack! Snack me. Snack me. Where are the snacks? Where are the snacks?
I'm happy you asked that, actually.
Victoria's going to reach into her jacket pocket and throw a bunch of blood bags over towards Valeria, and she's going to say, "Have at it."
Ah!
I could definitely use some of those too.
Mm.
I was just going to say, as a matter of fact, yes, please, definitely, take care of yourselves, and, if I may also offer, if you need a place to stay, you are welcome to stay in one of the private suites down below. You will pass by, my head security guard, my head bouncer, Hiro Matsumoto, and, he will allow you downstairs. It'll be, feel free to have your run of the place, and additionally, if you'd like to rest in the private suite below, or maybe even stay in this this condo of mine, by all means, you are welcome to. But yeah, dawn fast approaches, and we've got a lot to get done.
I think at that
Thank you,
point,
Kira. That's very kind.
sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that's very kind, Kira. Thank you. I'll take you up on that.
I think
Thank
that
you,
at that point, Nicholas would turn, so that he's shoulder to shoulder, facing the opposite direction as Kira, away from the rest of the group, and say, "Ma'am, we don't usually host this many kindred, and we've only just met these people. Is that wise?"
I can't see why this place is unsafe for our kind. So, I guess we have little options. Can't go out in the sunlight.
We don't
So,
have time to travel, do we?
not really. It's only a few hours till dawn.
I don't like it.
Nope.
The Daystar burns. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
I do wish to address Nicholas, by the way.
ahead.
To answer his question, his inquiry, I'm going to whisper back to him, and I'm going to say, to be honest, I mean, obviously we can't trust just anyone, and they are indeed still new. But if what we're hearing is true, Nicholas, then we need to make allies, we need to gain some familiarity, we need to start building towards our dream and our goal, but also protect our own. And so I think this could be a good start. I think by opening up our home and providing what we can, this could be the start of something big and at the same time preventative.
As you say, ma'am, we'll prepare the rooms.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Just before you funnel out from the office, Bronson radios to Nicholas and just informs him, "Hey, that officer guy seems to be wanting to come into the club. Do we let him in?"
That officer. Hold up the, press the earpiece further into my ear to make sure I heard right. That officer guy.
Yeah, he claims to be Nathan Scott, Officer Nathan Scott.
The hell is he doing here? Man, we have a problem. Our
excuse
Fed
me?
from earlier has found us.
I want to immediately on speed dial, I want to call up Cade Connors, and I want to get him on the phone right now.
He'll radio back Nicholas and he'll say, he claims he doesn't want any trouble or anything like that. He just wants a drink. He's had a long, rough night.
Did you tell him last call was already made?
No, I didn't, sir.
Let him know.
All right. So, sorry, you can't come in. The last call's already made. We're about to close. Oh, but I just want a drink. No, sorry. Sorry, buddy. Move along. Okay.
This place.
Victoria turns to Nicholas and says, "You remember what he doesn't remember, right?"
He wouldn't have any direct memories, I say, looking at Kira, the others, of what transpired.
He shouldn't. Storyteller, I do have an out of character.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yep.
But I don't think anybody relieved him of his notes.
That's a good point. Sorry, what were you about to say, Kira?
Yes, my speed dial call to Cade Connors, I definitely, like I said, would like to enact that, in the event that there is a misunderstanding, but I definitely did, dial him.
He answers the phone. Says, "Kira, what's going on, friend?"
Connors, we got a problem, and I need you present at Sydney Secluded, sir.
Yep, no other questions we asked them. We're on my way. He hangs up the phone and he leaves
Thank you.
immediately. As you all proceed out the office door, if you have thought that it was over with Nathan Scott, the fact he wasn't allowed to enter the building might have been a red alert to the Australian Brutal Release. However, you don't think he's much of a threat right now. Although, could I get a roll of wits and insight from Kira and Nicholas?
Okay.
You will roll.
Yay, dice rolls! Roly, roly, dice. Roly, 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 dice.
Okay, I will, do that now. I have 4 successes.
All right. You have 3?
3 successes.
Yeah. The officer's got no idea what's going on. He only rolled 2. So you're in the clear for now. But we haven't seen the last of him, likely. As you shuffle out of the office... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I guess you were probably going in the same direction, but I would like to take the elevator down, and I would like to meet him outside the door and be between Bronson and Brockton.
Sure. Victoria follows you. And you head out the front doors.
I personally would not want Victoria to follow me, so I am going to... obviously, I won't tell Nix and Valeria what to do. They can do as they please, but I will definitely have Nicholas join me if he so chooses as well.
Right, well, Victoria will approach the door, and I would assume that you gesture her to stay in the building. She agrees, and she sits down at one of the booths. And then you exit the building from the front. The guy's walking away, and he stops and turns. Hey, do I know you? You look familiar. He's a little bit wasted at this point. Not completely intoxicated, but just a little bit out of it.
I don't believe we had the chance to meet. My name is Kira Smirnova, and I am the owner of this establishment, sitting secluded. And if I may be so bold, officer, you don't look so good. You look a little, kind of already had your fill, and we're about to be closing up. So,
yeah,
is this for business or for pleasure?
Just for pleasure. Just wanted to get a drink before I finish my night. I haven't had the greatest of nights, so I just wanted to put a little bit in the tank and then have one for the road. And then I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep. It's been a rough night.
I'm very sorry to hear that, officer, and I'll tell you what, maybe next time we can rain check that drink, sir.
Okay. I'll see what I can find on the way home. Be seeing you. And he wanders off.
Ma'am, if I may be so bold, why did you want to chase them down?
I wanted to honestly check and see if... Honestly, I wanted to gather, of all places, why he would make his way here, especially if he's drunk or something else. So, I find that rather curious. I wanted to see if he could offer me anything. Maybe he would speak a little bit out of turn. Maybe he would give a little bit more than he should, because don't you find it odd that after everything that happened, he found his way here?
I find it extremely odd, ma'am, and I find it very dangerous. I say, looking around to make sure there's nobody listening to our hushed conversation. But I think that we had handled the situation well by not approaching him. I don't like that he thought he recognized you.
Yeah, I find that to be alarming.
Inside the club,
I did want to be cordial.
Inside the club, as this conversation is going on outside, Valeria, I assume, is sort of just wandering around. What is she doing in the club right now? And also Nix, what's going on with Nix right now in the club?
And Nix is going to find something to drink. She's going to pour it in a fancy glass and find a comfy chair, pull out her notebook, and start jotting down some ideas for for some lyrics. It's been a bit of a crazy night.
Does Nyx feed? Does Nyx feed?
Yes.
Okay. How much does she feed for? Just a bit?
Just a little bit. Yeah, not too much.
Okay.
Just enough.
Valeria? So Valeria, from the bags that you drank, you would have gone down to 1 hunger.
Yeah! Party! Drinky, drinky, drinky! Party! Drinky, drinky, drinky! Party! Valeria is
He's growing on
having
me.
a wonderful time with all the sensory overload of the lights, the music, the fresh blood bag, new friends, and an offer of somewhere to sleep. So she's stimming off her gourd, having a wonderful time, buzzing between the dance floor, people in checking out the people in the booths, checking out what her new friends are doing who are still in the building, and just sort of zipping all around the place.
So you say she's being herself
And-
on the dance floor and just being very ADHD, for lack of a better term. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
pretty
enough.
much. She's having her Saturday night fever, dance dreams, and she's she's also made sure that she doesn't obviously drink any of her blood in front of the regular people, even though she is very chaotic and hyper and very random. She's very careful about how and when she consumes her blood.
Right. As Kira
I
and
did-
Nicholas make their way back into the club,
before I do that, storyteller,
good,
I'm
good.
so sorry. I don't mean to stop you, but
Okay.
I do want to let Bronson and Brockton know, and I'd like to go over my earpiece as well, and I'd like to let Ellis and JJ know that if they do get word, or rather, if they see Officer Nicholas, that's right, excuse me, Officer Scott, rather, my apologies, to definitely let Nicholas know. Definitely alert head of security.
Do either of you feed?
I do. I definitely need to eat. I'm hungry.
I'm gonna have to, but I have a herd.
Yep. So you would say that the herd probably, I guess, exist in the club. So you would go
Yeah.
find your herd and feed. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
Kira, where would you go to feed? I'm assuming you have some
I
sort
would
of.
like to look.
Yep.
Yes, I with everybody downstairs now, I'd like to look for, one of the more beautiful women of the club. I'd like to just basically flirt with them, exchange eye contact, and invite them up to my condo.
So Nicholas goes down to it's like down to 1 hunger. And
Yeah, I think I was at 2, so
Yep.
I have a herd rating of 2, so I should be able to get that without any
Yes.
problem.
Yep, correct. Yep.
I am a consensualist, so I'm gonna have to schmooze.
Yes. Back to Kira. So would you take enough blood to get down to 2 or 1? I think you're at 3 currently.
I am at 3, and I definitely would like to feed to remove 2 dots.
Okay.
And I'd like to, make it a fun time for them, make sure they got what they needed and enjoy it a little bit, of course, and take what I need as well. And I will also lick the wound to close the wound as well.
Yep. Alright, as you all settle down for the night, you all find a spot to take a rest. It's now the following night. We wake. All 4 of you, please make a single rouse check.
Success.
Okay, you don't grow any hungrier.
I do get hungrier.
Okay, you go up to 2.
I don't.
You don't, you stay at 1. And Valeria?
My brain has just melted.
This is a single red die.
That's okay. That is what I thought.
Yeah.
I did up. Ank. 2.
You got an unk? Okay, so you don't grow any hungrier. As you all are coming to, you all kind of make your way into the middle of the club. As you do, Brockton this time radios into Nicholas and states, we got a visitor. Gangly looking sort. Says he's from the mountains.
From the mountains. I'll be right there. I will inform the others that I need to take care of something at the door.
Yep. And you approach the door, exit outside, and what you see is a young Bruja. He states that he is in charge of the mountain's domain. He is the Baron of the Mountains, Victor. He introduces himself.
I am Dirk. I am playing Victor. Just goes by that name, Bruja, as mentioned. As for in-character things.
Yep.
My name is Victor. I believe we have a mutual problem. May I come in?
Nicholas is going to, lean forward, and he's going to make kind of a show of sniffing the air just lightly around you, and you see him lean back as he looks you up and down, considering you, and says, "Well, when it rains, it pours, I suppose." And he's going to reach up to his earpiece, and he says, "Ma'am, I'm going to be bringing in someone we'll need to talk to." Victor, was it?
Yes.
Call me Nicholas.
Pleasure to meet you.
He's on the whitelist for tonight, I say to the door guards. Be on your best behavior, Victor, as I turn and lead him through the doors.
I wouldn't dream of causing trouble. Nice place, too.
Thank you. I'm going to lead him over to where the group has been perhaps mingling as the night is getting underway, and nod to Kira and say, "We should have another private discussion, I think, ma'am."
Sounds like that will be wise.
I'm going to
Hello.
turn and say, "Kira Smirnova, this is Victor, who joins us from the mountains. Victor, Kira Smirnova, proprietor of this establishment."
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Victor, and to what do I owe this pleasure?
Upstairs, perhaps, ma'am. I interrupt.
Yes, let's actually take this conversation upstairs. Victor, if you don't mind, we can go up to my condo just after you. We will pass by one of my head bouncers, Mr. Matsumoto, to the elevator, and we will have a discussion there in private.
I'll fetch Valeria and Nyx so that we can all be friends.
As
Lead the way.
as you're all approaching the elevator, Victoria perks up. She's like, "Oh, Victor, hello. Hey, how are you doing?" And you would
Going
know
well, all things considered.
Victoria. You two probably go pretty way back, so you're very familiar with Victoria. You are prized in with the knowledge of some of what's going on with the Camarilla uprising, and so the reason that you find yourself in Sydney secluded tonight is to impart what you know to the rest of the group. And you're familiar that Victoria has some information too, and she's been planning something for quite some time.
All right, sounds good.
You all head back up to the office, I would assume.
Yes, please. Yeah. I will, as we get into the elevator, something that I definitely would like to take the time to call out is that they will notice that I scan a badge, a specific card, and then I end up doing another biometric kind of lock to confirm that we will be going to my floor.
The elevator dings and goes, "Welcome, Miss Renova. Access granted. Proceeding to the top floor." The elevator starts moving.
Interesting. How does that work without the added blush?
Well, as we head up, Victor, it is nice to meet you, by the way. I hope that your evening has been well, and I hope that the previous have been good as well. I believe we have a lot to discuss, and it's curious to me how you and Miss Bassett already know each other, but I look forward to learning as much as we can about each other.
Things should become clear shortly.
The elevator dings as you reach the top floor, and the doors open wide. You'll proceed over into the office once again. And when you are all seated in the office, Victoria will say, "Yes, myself and Victor know each other quite well. And he's been able to communicate with me about the ongoings in his domain. We believe this is where Mars will start his revolution. And it'll be sometime soon."
Well, it is good to know one of the allies that you do speak of. I will actually extend my hand to Victor, and I will say, to be formal, yes, again, I am Kira Emalia Smirnova, and I am the proprietor of this establishment and also a silent boardroom member of the Australian Stock Exchange. It is pleased to make your acquaintance. I am
Pleasure.
pleased.
As I've said, I am Victor. It's not much to me, aside from the barony.
You know, I apologize. I did not realize we had someone so important coming to see me. So, again, thank you so much for coming. I have yet to actually meet any of the other barons of Australia, and so, how are the mountains right now? To speak of, everything good up there?
Frankly, they're shit, but we'll get to that.
I detect an accent, of course, and you know, I too am actually of Russian descent. And my mother, her name is Yelena Smirnova. She was from the motherland.
Yeah, nice. Did any trouble making the trip? Trying to cross that much water while avoiding daylight. Tricky business.
Indeed it is, but let us not break down into other discussions. We have a much greater one now to enact a plan to not only get to know each other and build something, but to mount a proper defense to stop this person you mentioned, Miss Bassett, Mars Patronus. We need to... Honestly, the only thing I know how to do, I know how to build, I know how to gather things, and so whatever we need to do, whatever we need to build, I'm happy to help. I have the means, and if there is anything further needed as well, you can also address Nicholas. He is my head of security, and he too is a man of means and influence as well.
Victor will simply nod at this. Before we get into things, I assume we should wait for others. Having to explain things twice take a long time.
They came up with me, I do assume. So Nix and Valeria are free to refute that.
Oh, we came up. Yes, we came up.
I came up and Valeria came up and has plonked herself in the corner, watching and fidgeting and kicking her feet in anticipation of something interesting hopefully happening.
Yes, and Victoria
What
is up there as
collection?
well. Yes.
Well, do you want to start with the explaining, or shall I?
You can go right ahead.
All right. Well, from my understanding, you have been made aware of the Camarilla problem. Is this correct?
Yes, indeed.
That was pretty. I keep trying to do this in my mountains. While I can find things, hunt down smaller bands, this seems a larger problem than I'm properly equipped to deal with.
Victoria's going to chime in and she's going to say, yes, this is precisely why I have formed this lovely group of kindred. And I would assume that they are allies in this coming war. Although I don't. She's just going to wait for a second and she's going to just point towards the... Would you say there are any windows in this office, or is it completely can you see the outside, Kira?
There is actually a giant, massive set of windows, basically towards the as you're coming from the elevator. It's a very giant open space condo with a lot of furniture and whatnot. But towards where my desk is, my chair is going to be facing away from it. But it's basically just large panes of very tinted glass, and then gigantic blackout curtains that you can basically slide to help block out the sun even more. But yes, those there are giant panes, windows, if you will.
Wasn't it a stained glass window?
Sorry?
When we talked about it before, you had said it was a big stained glass window.
No, it was basically just to block out sun, so I would have imagined they'd be like basically tinted. There you go. That's
Yep.
the word.
As Victoria stops speaking, she's going to notice some blue and red lights on outside the window, and then she's going to hear pew! Police siren outside, and there's a megaphone, and a woman's voice is on the megaphone, and she says, "Victoria Bassett, we know you're in there. Come out with your hands over your head."
Well, that's fucking inconvenient.
It's the fuzz! Hide the drugs!
Victoria is like, "Oh, that's not good. I know that voice anyway. That's the lead sergeant of the AFP. You know that cop we ran into the other night? Yeah, she's his superior."
How deep of shit did you just drop me in?
I'm
I
so
mean,
sorry,
I think it
Baron.
might be a big steaming pile. Possibly several.
Baron, I am so sorry for this intrusion, and I'm so sorry to have you in this situation. Seems like one problem is amounting after another, and seems like we got to handle it now. So first things first, I'm going to, out of character, by the way, storyteller, I'm going to dial up Cade Connors once again, and I'm going to, my first words, and then I'm going to immediately hang up. I'm going to say, Cade, got an emergency. Need you now.
Sure, boss. Coming right along. He's basically around the corner. He's staying at some sort of hotel very close to the club because you called him the other night. So he's just intently waiting to enter the building. He will usher up to the front doors, and I would assume that Brontus would notice him, and then Bronson would notice him, and then usher him into the building. The superior and the officer witness this, and then on the megaphone they're just like, hey, no, you can't go into the building. And Cade will turn to them and just say, I am Miss Smirnova's lawyer. My client needs me inside. It's a legal thing. I'm sure you understand. She reluctantly dismisses his request, and he's allowed to enter the building. As he's entering the building, he'll then immediately buzz up to the top floor. There's some sort of
he won't be able
intercom.
to get in.
Yeah, so he's going to make his presence known. Assuming there will be contact from either Nicholas or Kira for him to be ushered up to where they are in the building.
Yeah, I feel like he can call me and then I'll answer and we can have that discussion if need be. But I definitely would be happy to I guess maybe get Nicholas to let him in. Maybe go down and come back up, or answer a phone call if need be. But either way is fine.
He'll intercom to Nicholas. He's gonna say, "Boss, I'm here. Where do you need me?"
Usher him over to a chair. Return to Kira's side and say, I'm not sure what you're thinking, ma'am, but this isn't an embassy. The lawyer can't keep them kicking the doors down.
To be honest with you, I'm not even sure what's going on. And I just don't like the idea of my own... I don't like the idea of my own personal club being threatened and raided, and especially disrupted by people who don't belong here, and especially may or may not have a warrant. So, Miss Bassett, with all due respect, if you have done something wrong, and especially wrong in the eyes of the law, there's not a whole lot I can do. But what I can tell you is that I don't take kindly to police once again disrupting my establishment. So that's why Cade Connors is here, Nicholas, and we'll see what the nature of this is, but I definitely think it's very prudent to have Cade here.
As you're speaking, Victoria and the officer... Sorry. As you're speaking, Veronica outside gets back on the megaphone. She says, I say again, Miss Victoria Bassett, come out with your hands up. Victoria will turn to the rest of the others and said, what are we going to do? To cut a long story short, they followed me when I was trying to get in contact with you all. The officer and his superior are trying to make our life a little hard. They wish to know what we are and why we're here. and I haven't been able to shake their tail. My understanding...
Hold up, one sec.
Go right ahead.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me that the masquerade has been breached?
No, not yet. But the officer knows...
Certainly correct.
The officer knows some things that we need them not to know. But my assumption is Miss Veronica Voigt, his superior, found out about the little mind wipe episode that we had. It seems like we haven't covered our tracks. But the only one they know of is me. They don't know I'm kindred. They don't even know I'm a vampire. What they do know is I'm suspicious. And everyone else that I've met with on that fateful night when we encountered Officer Nathan Scott is aware of their presence. However, it's uncertain how much the officer knows. He may not recognize any of you. He'll certainly recognize me. So, I think we're in this together. We just need to find a way.
Speaking of together.
Sure.
Yeah, speaking of together, I will admit I have included Nicholas in a lot of things. I have sought his counsel, but in the spirit of cooperation and the spirit of possible allyship, Valeria, Nix, Baron Victor, and you as well, Nicholas. I think that this is all of our problem now, so I think that we need to come to a consensus. We need to decide on how best to approach this situation. So what do you all think we should do here? Because I don't think I can make this choice alone. I just know I don't want disruptions or violence on my property.
What I can tell you is that they haven't got a crime to convict me with. They can't hold me. They can't arrest me. They just want to take me in to ask questions. That's all they want to do. So, she gestures over towards Cade. And she just said, how do we make this problem go away? Because I'm innocent.
If that is the case, may I suggest good lawyer?
Case is gonna raise his hand and then like wave it around in the air like he's trying to hail a taxi or something like that. He's just like, yes. He's just gonna say, yes, I'm a lawyer. This is why I was brought here. I am a good lawyer.
I'm unfamiliar with most of the people here.
He's just gonna say, yes, that's fair. And then a lot of people are unfamiliar with how the law works. That's why they contact me. So, yes. Sorry, what was your name again, Mr. Lawyer? He responds with, Kate Connors. Attorney. She's just going to be like, okay, so in your professional opinion, when someone is innocent and they have been asked to be escorted from the building with their hands up, what is the best course of action there?
I'm going to look to my guess. I'm going to look to Valeria, Nix, and Nicholas because I don't want to be the only one making the decision here or being so ruthless to think that that's my choice. I think that this is going to be the first time we all should come together for a consensus, and I say this obviously out of character.
I don't think we're going to be able to dance our way out of this. I think we're going to have to work together, solve it.
I agree.
not sure.
I think we've probably got to go to talk to her. Because if we keep ignoring her, then things are just going to escalate and get worse.
I agree.
If it weren't handing a kindred over to mortal investigation who's already suspicious that something's up, I would say we just cut our losses and toss her out. But that isn't an option.
Cade props up and he says, "You can comply with their orders, and I can escort you out of the building. And I can take it from here once we're outside."
If we don't do something soon, we'll be harboring a fugitive, right?
Yeah, that's basically how it works.
We can't let the fuzz try and find the blood and drugs. That would be bad.
Out of character, Cade rolled
I
a.
agree with the Malk.
Out of character, Cade rolled a intelligence and persuasion roll contested against Sergeant Veronica Voight's intelligence and persuasion, and it was a 5 success to 2 success. So, Cade is pretty adamant that they're aware of this particular law officer, and they can talk them down. So he's going to turn to Victoria, and he's going to say, I've got you. It's all gonna be all right. I'm gonna get them to go away." And he escorts her out of the building. Behind her, Victoria walks out. As soon as Victoria gets outside and Katie's right behind her, she says, "I'm doing what you ask. It's all fine." They lower their weapons and they state, "We'd like to take you away from some questioning." Kate props up and she says, "This young woman's done nothing wrong, officer. You've got no right to detain her." She's a bit perplexed, and she just responds with, "We have a reasonable suspicion, but you are right. We don't have a warrant. We don't have anything to incriminate her. We attempted to bring her in for some more questioning so we could clear her name. But as you state," and Kate is going to flash his credentials for that he's a lawyer, and say, "Kate Connor's attorney. My client has done nothing wrong. You should leave now." Nathan Scott behind Veronica is looking kind of smug and reluctant. He's a bit confused, but he sort of knows and recognizes Victoria. But reluctantly, they get back into their squad car and they drive away. Then Cade and Victoria usher themselves back into the building. They meet up with the rest, and they state, Cade states, "I handled it. They're not going to be a problem for now." So,
Phew, the drugs and blood are safe.
An armed display to simply ask questions? What kind of bullshit do they think they're selling?
Veronica's just going to, so Victoria's just going to turn to Victoria. She says, "They're cops. They don't care. They just try and do whatever they want." Have you not dealt with cops before?
Not politely.
Oh, not politely. Interesting. Okay. Well, we can get back to that later. But now, we need to... And she's stopped by her phone buzzing. She pulls it out of her pocket. And she answers the call. On the other end is one of her correspondents in the mountains. Victor knows who this person is. They're just going to state, boss, you might want to see what's going on over here. There's a bit of a issue at Prince Wales Private Hospital. There's been an incident. It looks like...
An incident?
Yes, an incident at the Prince of Wales Private Hospital in Ranwick. There's been evidence of Camarilla presence and also werewolves. A few mortals have died in the attack. We don't know what they were trying to find, but you might want to come surveil the location and see if this relates to your goals and ambitions.
I'm so sorry. Hold up. Let's rewind. Did you just say that werewolves have been
You wouldn't be able to hear that. She's on the
Oh, I'm
phone
so
with
sorry.
she's on the phone, she's not
I
able to hear.
apologize.
Yeah, all good. As the informant speaks, Victoria puts her phone down on the table and puts it on speakerphone and just says, "Can you repeat that?" She's like, and the informant is like, "Sure. There's been an incident at Prince of Wales Private Hospital. A few mortals have been killed. Some are severely injured. And there's evidence of other kindred and werewolves."
Not the bad doggies.
The informant's going to be like, "Wait, who is that?" And Victoria's going to be like, "Yeah, put you on speakerphone. We've got a few allies here. They think they need to hear what you had to say. And also, one of your coterie members, Victor. Oh, hey, boss. What's going on?" You would know this particular kindred, and you would know them to be a part of your coterie in the mountains. And you recognize their voice. And so you would just respond with something along the lines of, "Oh, hi there." As the phone call goes on, it doesn't seem like it's going to end. Victoria just states, "Okay, we'll come and investigate soon." She hangs up. Then she says to the rest of the group, "Okay, so yeah, I hadn't gotten to the werewolf part yet, but a few weeks ago they raided various hospitals and infirmaries looking for something. I don't know what. But it seems like this attack is significantly more, I guess, public than most. We should go check it out."
Agreed.
We?
Yes.
Don't you think that it's pretty likely, Victoria, that those cops are gonna keep hounding you, and once you leave the building, they'll find something else to try and tag you with?
Well, as the lawyer said, it's handled for now. That's all we can do.
Where I come from, they don't stop just because the lawyer said so. They'll find something.
Well,
Even if they have to make it up.
potentially. But if this attack is like the others, we should probably go to find out some information.
Definitely. Attacking kine and dealing with werewolves isn't cammy behavior. I spent a lot of years with them, and I'm no friend to them. But that's not how they operate.
Indeed. As we deliberate on what to do next, kind of a brief 5-minute break. We'll be right back. Hello again. Welcome back to our Chronicle Sydney by Night, Episode 2, The Shadows. We return to the scene where our newly formed collection of kindred are planning to make their way over to some sort of incident at a local hospital. Victoria walks over to the back door, assuming that's where we'll find Jeff Wallace, Kira's driver, and her vehicle outside. She's going to wander over towards the back door and just sort of expect everyone else to follow her.
Follow.
I'll hit up
I'm
the
gonna
rear,
bring up the rear.
honestly. Oh.
Okay.
Too high noise.
She exits the
We'll
back
hit
door.
up the rear.
She exits the back door with everyone in tow. And then jumps right into the back seat like it's her own vehicle. And just says, "Well, we going or not?" And everyone else follows.
I'm gonna put a word out to Jeff. I'm gonna say, Wallace, let's not be too hasty, let's not be too fast. I know that every night dawn fast approaches, but we've already got heat, so I want us to try to take it slow. Well, the speed limit, please.
He just nods to Kira and she says, "Yes, ma'am. Where are we headed?"
We're going to be going to what was the hospital name again?
Victoria's going to jump in. She says, "Prince of Wales Private Hospital, the emergency bay." He says, "Okay, right on it." And then everyone buckles up and they head off.
Nicholas is going to pass his eyes over everybody in the vehicle and say, "Oh yeah, no one's going to be suspicious of this group coming into a hospital and asking questions."
Victoria's like, "I've been there once or twice before. There's covert ways to enter the building. You know, I need blood from bags. And hospital's got a lot of those."
There's covert ways in, but we need to go to where the attacks happened, and those are not covert.
"Yeah, we will play it by ear when we get there." Jeff takes it very slowly, very leisurely. Takes side streets where possible, just trying to avoid suspicion and avoid traffic as well. There's a little bit of traffic this time of night, but not too much. As he approaches the hospital, he pulls up to the emergency department and then stops the car and says, "We're here, ma'am."
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Victoria will be like, "Okay, so there is the emergency department. If I know my bearings of this hospital well, we can duck to the left of the emergency department and go in through a door. And then there's a window that we can jimmy open and jump into the infirmary. At this time of night, there's not going to be much staff on. Don't ask me how I know this.
You couldn't have already told us.
Throughout
Well-
all of this, like, Nicholas is just shooting glances at Kira over and over. Like, is she serious? Are we doing? Is this serious? Is this happening? Am I asleep?
I didn't think that Kindred could have headaches, but if I could, now would be the time.
No, I get headaches all the time. If you don't drink, if you don't feed for a while, you need the blood. It's just like being a human. When you don't drink enough water, you get a headache. That's a thing.
Storyteller, two things I'd like to do. One, I'd like to activate awe.
Yep.
And secondly, I'd like to activate Auspex. I'd like to go with heightened senses. And since we're in a hospital, I'd like to activate heightened senses of the hearing variety. I want to make sure that if anybody is coming near us, or if there's anything, something happening, anything happening, something to note or hear before it happens, I'd like to be aware of. So,
All right.
yes, all
For-
and heightened senses.
For heightened senses, give me a wits and resolve.
Copy that.
Does anyone else want to activate any other abilities to try and be
I'll
on
do
alert?
heightened senses as well.
Okay. Wits and
I
resolve
can
from you
do
as well. Yep.
Sense the unseen,
Yep.
which is free apparently for me.
It's a free cost, but yes, you would do a wits resolve and auspex. So that would be a total of for you it'd be a total of 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 3 is 6. Dice pool is 6, including your hunger die. We'll go over the results with But for you, wits and resolve is a 3 and a 2, so 5. And replace one with your hunger die. So we'll start with Kira. How many successes did you get?
I got 3 storyteller.
Okay. Your heightened hearing will increase, and you will be able to hear things up to a half a kilometer away from you, as long as there's no instructions in the way. Nix, what was your result?
I got 2 daggers and a skull.
Okay.
Oh.
Is the skull on your hunger die?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So your hunger goes up. You're at now at 2. And you got 2 successes. So yeah, your hearing, are you doing this for hearing as well, or are you doing it for another sense?
Smell.
Like smell, okay. You'll be able to hear smell things from you within 300 meters. And then for Valeria, sense the unseen, what was the result?
My result is okay. 1 unk, 2 unks, and I got nothing on my hunger, so I'm pretty good about that.
Okay, so your hunger does increase, but you got 2 successes. So you see, with that, you do not detect any other supernatural activity in the building, or at least the ones adjacent to the emergency department. However, as you enter the building and walk around, you may sense something later. But for the time being, you don't sense any supernatural activity in the area. Okay. With that, Victoria is going to hop out of the car. And she's going to scuttle around the outside. Sorry, what?
I rolled as well, storyteller.
Oh, so what was your roll for?
For heightened senses.
Oh, heightened senses. Yeah, okay.
Heightened, yeah.
Well, how many
That was
successes did you
3
get?
Successes.
Roll as well?
3.
Okay, so which sense was this for?
I'm probably using smell.
Okay. So you can see
I know there's going to be a lot of cleaning agents and things, but
yes. So you can smell up to 400 meters from your location. So yeah. So Nicholas increased smell, and Kira is sound. Valeria did not did not detect any supernatural activity. Victor, there's anything else you wanted to activate? What are you cool for now?
Yeah, most of my powers tend to be used in combat rather than the before stages.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
I have
So,
one other thing just to be aware of ahead
Sure.
of time.
Yep.
Which is my animalism power sense the beast. So
Yep.
if we come upon anybody, I'm able to make a roll to determine if they're a mortal or a supernatural creature.
Sure. Okay. All right, we'll make that in mind. All right. So, cool. All right. So, as with that, Victoria's going to jump out of the car, and she's going to very quickly and swiftly move towards the door that she was talking about. And she's going to expect pretty much everyone to follow her. So, as you sneak down the pathway on the left side of the emergency department, you find a door. The door is unlocked because the door's lock is completely busted. You assume that Victoria has basically permanently disabled this lock as an entry point to this hospital. So yeah, she's going to enter the room, and then she's going to point up towards the window, and she's going to jimmy the window open. Doesn't take much effort because it's kind of broken, and she's going to soaring leap through it. So that roll.
Impressive.
And that doesn't require a roll. So she's going to leap through the window and then land on the other side pretty much without anyone noticing. And then she's going to be like, "Come on, you two."
Sneak 100.
My character's pretty strong, so would I be able to climb up there and then help others?
Sure. Give me a strength plus survival.
Survival.
Total of 6. Quit your hunger die.
Okay. Oof. I have 1 success and one. The hunger die came up a bestial failure.
Okay. You have a single success.
failure.
Yeah. So okay, your hunger increases to 2. Did you want to re-roll any of the 3 regular dice to spend and put a willpower to get a higher result, or did you want to keep it as a 1 success?
I think that this situation warrants it. So I spend willpower just by removing it from the sheet, right?
Correct. And then you
th-
just
that
re-roll
can- yeah.
re-roll 3 regular die, any 3 regular die. So you can actually choose the ones that are failures if you want.
Okay. That's 2 more successes, bringing me to a total of 3.
Okay. Without not much effort, you are able to hoist Varelia up first into the window, and then you kind of give her a little gentle nudge, and she would kind of falls out the other side. And I would assume that she would probably have a bit of a reaction.
Yeah, since I'm in a very nicely tailored and pressed suit, granted I have a bunch of them, but I'm gonna be like, in my mind at the least, I'm gonna be like, this is so undignified, and then I'll just make it happen.
So will you request Nicholas's help to get up there, or will you just try and climb up there yourself?
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna take Nicholas's help because
Okay.
yeah, I feel like this is a bit more than I'm comfortable with.
So next Kira is hoisted up by Nicholas through the window. Similar thing to what happened with Valeria, she gets gently pushed into the room, and give me a dexterity and get the dexterity in the athletics, which is just a 2, and include your hunger die. So that's actually just 2 hunger die. Actually, no, you down
You're saying
into
this
1.
to me?
Yeah. So just do a dexterity and athletics roll.
Dexterity and athletics. Okay,
you're
copy that.
you're 1 hunger or 2?
I'm at 2, so it'll just be 2 blood die.
Yeah, just 2 by die. Yep.
Gotcha. 2 successes.
All right, you land with a lot of grace and await the remaining coterie members to come through the window. So Nix and Victor, do you take Nicholas's aid to get through the window, or do you get it? Okay, so again, Nix is hoisted up by Nicholas, sort of gently nudged through the window frame, and again, can you give me a dexterity and athletics roll, which would be a total of 4.
One success. One
Single success.
starry success.
You kind of it's not a pair, so it's just a single success. You kind of land a little bit like you've been jostled a bit, and you sort of come to your senses, but you sort of trip over as you land on the ground. You don't take any damage. You just are a little bit discombobulated, but you're otherwise fine.
I
And
am
then-
uncoordinated, so that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, new
Since I
friend, for the
landed
help.
gracefully,
Yeah, go ahead.
since I landed so gracefully and I guess went in first, I'm going to extend my hand to Nyx and help her up, so that way she's feeling more dignified, since we're kind of more of the well-presented types.
Thank you, Kira. Take her.
You're very welcome.
And then finally, Victor, do you take Nicholas's help to get through the window, or do you try and get up there through your own merit?
Yeah. Victor isn't so proud to not accept help, so he'll take the hand.
All right. Once again, Leah hoists you up, pushes you gently through the window, and then give me a dexterity and athletics, which is a total of 6, and your hunger is 1. So roll 5 regular die and 1 hunger die.
5 successes.
All right. You land with no ease, no trouble at all. You just kind of plonk your feet on the ground on the other side, and then you just stand there, kind of very gracefully and masculine like, and you just sort of look tough. Alrighty. As the final kindred comes through the window, Victoria will gesture towards an open door, and she will state, "So, there's a few patient rooms to the left, the infirmaries to the right, and the emergency room doors are also to the right. I think we start in the infirmary. What do y'all think?"
Sounds interesting.
Do I smell any spilt blood or pheromones that would indicate an animal attack? Since they said werewolves had been involved.
It is distant, but you do detect a hint of it towards the right, towards the infirmary. It's very distant though. It's about probably to the very edge of the range of your ability.
So I think you would be visibly sniffing at the air and then kind of nod in that direction. Say, yeah, I agree. Infirmary.
Yep.
Has Valeria sensed anything untoward that is
She will
unseen?
She will very, very, very faintly towards the infirmary also. But it's like you're almost unsure if there's actually a presence there. So you'll know when you get closer. Okay. Victoria will proceed towards the door. And she will... She will shadow cast as she walks towards the door, which will create a veil of shadow that kind of obscures the party. She succeeds her rouse check. She doesn't grow hungrier. So now you are walking towards the infirmary, and you can't really see that well ahead of you, but you kind of can make out enough to figure out where you're going. But there is a shadow kind of following the entire coterie and Victor. As you open the door, as Victoria opens the door to the infirmary, she drops the shadow cast. When you enter, the scene is gruesome. There's blood scratch marks all over the walls. There's torn blood bags. There's a corpse. There is evidence of kindred feeding. And there is vitae everywhere. So with that...
Oh, fuck.
Taste.
Yeah, this doesn't look good.
Now that we're in the room, does Valeria get a clearer sense of any entities in?
Yes, so for one moment. Oh yes, that's right. Okay, if everyone in the vicinity make a willpower check to try and resist the terror frenzy, the hunger frenzy. Sorry. So so everyone, your remaining willpower, roll that amount of dice, not including your hunger die.
Okay.
Oh, dice are not with me today.
Oh no. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
How
Oh
no.
no, that's not sounding
you
good,
didn't.
is it?
You didn't include your hunger die. You don't need to include your hunger die for this.
No,
you know.
no, I didn't, but that's not the issue.
How many successes
I
did?
want to see someone's frenzy.
All right, so
Shaky shake.
That was a bunch of people talking at once. I'm sorry.
all right,
I
so
missed what you said.
we'll start with so Victoria got 2 successes. She's okay. How many successes did Kira get?
0.
Okay.
Oh.
So with that, you grow hungrier.
Okay.
So you go up to 3. Or you're at, I think you're at, were you at 2 or were you at 1?
I was at 2, now I'm at 3.
Okay. All right. Nicholas, how many successes did you get?
1.
You got 1. You grow hungrier.
Not good.
Nix, how many successes did you get?
I got 3.
You got 3. You're fine.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Valeria, how many successes did you get?
Valeria is also number 1.
You got a single success. You grow hungrier.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Victor, how many successes did you get? It's just the 5 willpower.
2.
You got 2. Okay, you're fine as. No, you're sorry. You grow hungrier. Okay.
Oh.
So.
But you said 2 earlier didn't grow hungrier.
This is
for yours.
This is for. Oh right, yeah, yes. It's 2. You're correct. Wait, so backtrack. So Kira got none. Nicholas got 1. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Valeria
2.
got Valeria got 1 and Victor got 2.
Okay, yeah. So everyone, so Victor doesn't grow any hungrier, but Nyx and Kira and Valeria both grow hungrier. So you go up to 2, Valeria, and
Oh,
yes.
I want SpaghettiOs.
So as you survey the room, so to answer your question, Valeria, when you go to survey the room, you do smell a presence of a werewolf a little bit outside. However, they are fleeing.
Bad doggies.
Nicholas would sorry, did you heighten smell or
Yeah, heightened smell.
you heightened smell?
I have heightened hearing.
Okay, so you, Nicholas can smell a presence outside, but they are also fleeing, and Kira can hear them running away. Nyx also used heightened senses, so that was for sound as well, or Nyx?
Sorry, I think I lost sound there.
Yeah.
Smell.
Smell. Okay, yeah. So you can hear it. You can smell it running away, but you can all kind of tell that it's fleeing.
Okay.
So and there is just one werewolf. You don't sense anything else. Taking a look at the room, you can see with greater detail that there is on this corpse that you can definitely tell is no longer living. But they are very briefly conscious, like almost on the verge of death. One of you could save them if you so desire. However, it's probably not a good idea. Surveying the rest of the room, you can see that there was
Who's the person?
The person is a reasonably young woman. She looks like she's basically trying to communicate but can't speak. Likely her blood is in her lungs. She's probably about to die.
Anyone read minds?
You could use reveal temperament.
Yeah.
That would likely just give you some information as to what her vitae would be, but pretty clear at this point that you probably wouldn't be able to ascertain much. You can try, but
I'll try.
okay. All right, so you use reveal temperament. That's a intelligence and aspects, including a hunger die.
Ooh, 2 success.
Okay, the lady gets 4 successes. You can't really ascertain anything.
No.
Does anyone else want to try and investigate this woman?
I have a question, even though
Yeah.
I know probably that it's not gonna work the way I hope. I have 0 in medicine, but is there a way that I could possibly, I don't know, assist in any way?
You could, since you have aura, you can kind of reconstruct the scene in your mind in a way. And when she notices you, she kind of tries to reach up towards you, but she's just too weak to raise her hand. But you can see that she's trying to ask for help. It's pretty futile at this point. Whatever
I can
attacked
tell
her.
that, like it's certain.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. She's on the verge of death.
You know what? I'm going to kneel down, and I'm going to get on one knee. I'm gonna hold her hand with one hand, and then grab her arm with the other. I'm gonna look her dead in the eyes, and I'm gonna stay with her in her final moments.
Since the beast, this is definitely a dying mortal and nothing else.
Dying model, yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to look around for some isopropanol, which is probably near to hand.
Yep, you can see there's like one of those cabinets that you can rolling cabinets that you can see in hospitals that has a lot of those things in it. Looking through the drawers, you very quickly find some isopropyl alcohol. And what do you intend to do with it?
Well, I'm going to wipe down anything I touched getting at it first. Then I'm
Yep.
going to be standing at the ready to hit the body with anywhere that Kira touched.
Right. Okay.
I'm just grabbing what I believe to be their clove shoulder on one arm, and then holding their hand in the other, just basically trying to comfort them so that way they don't feel alone.
Within
We'll
a
use it later to try and kill our smell.
Within a few
Right.
seconds, you can see the light drain from her eyes. And she's gone.
I'm gonna shake my head. I'm gonna shake my head in disappointment.
This is sad.
Looking out.
How many bodies?
Sorry, go ahead.
How many bodies are in the room?
So this is the one that is the only one that is immediately obvious. However, upon closer inspection, you can see that there is another body that is mutilated to the point where they are not immediately recognizable as anything, not even just this mortal. Whatever this thing was or did, it was thorough. Looking around the rest of the room, you can see that there's a cracked window. And whatever escaped is now fleeing.
I have a question, storyteller.
Sure, go ahead.
With every situation, every hospital, and especially every hospital room and bed with a patient, there would usually be a chart at the foot of the bed or a chart nearby to tell you at the very least who the person is or what they dealt with, so do we have a name and possibly profession or identification with this person?
So you can see that they aren't a patient. They're wearing a nurse's uniform. You can, however, upon closer inspection, see an ID badge around her waist. If you like, you can inspect it.
I won't touch it.
Okay.
Can I look closer but not touch it?
You would need to flip it over to be able to view it properly. It's like kind of upside down.
Is there a box of gloves in that room?
I mean, you can go and have a look yourself, or you can ask Nicholas if he saw any gloves.
Yeah, if there were gloves in there, that's very reasonable. Mm-hmm.
I would imagine so. Basically, what I want to do is I just want to snatch one glove, kind of like how you see in police procedural dramas. Just basically kind of cover my hands with it, but then flip the badge.
On the other side, you see registered nurse. And then the name is kind of hard to read, but you can kind of make out Shelley or Sally or something like that. And then the last name is just not readable. It's been damaged too much. There is a QR code on the back of it that you could try and scan. It's
fine.
Okay.
We can surmise that, again, she's a nurse, she's in scrubs, she has a badge, and she likely was in this hospital to help someone, and so something happened, so that's all the information that I needed.
As you back away from the body, yeah, you can see this other very mutilated corpse. You can't, there's no recollection of anything on this corpse. It's completely and utterly destroyed to the point where it's not even recognizable as anyone. Immediately beside it, you see a little coin. A little brass coin. On one side, it has an Ankh symbol.
Oh shit. I'm gonna use that glove that's in my hand that I'm surrounding it with. I'm gonna pick up the coin, I'm gonna wrap it in the glove, and then I want to place it into my inner suit pocket.
You are not going to expect the coin first?
Ooh,
If I
shiny.
immediately as I see the coin itself, if I see that it has an Ankh symbol, I feel like that's already masquerade breaking. So I'm going to think to not do anything like that here, especially since you never know how much of a rush we could be. So I just want to take it, get it out of the way, and protect the masquerade.
Very well.
Shiny, shiny.
When you get close to the window, you can see that in the distance, there's quite a few of these all four-legged creatures running off away from the hospital. There's about 10 to 20 that you can see. They're all fleeing. They're all fleeing. As you all back away from the window, the door swings slightly ajar. Those of you with heightened smell and heightened hearing spot this before it happens. But the mortal on the other side doesn't stop.
Unless somebody else wants to act, I think I might have an action.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to definitely do that action as spoken. I'd like to be the first to receive them, and I'm going to immediately look in their eyes, and I'm going to say, "Hey, I need you to forget all of this," and then cloud memory.
So before the mortal has a chance to get to actually walk through the door, they are immediately mind wiped by a cloud memory. So that's going to be a charisma and dominate roll. Include your hunger die. It's resolve in response. How many successes did you get?
1 sec. I'm going through it right now because I got a bunch of dice I got to work through.
Oh, good.
Now, I got a total of 2 crits, 4 successes.
You got 4 successes. Okay. So you only managed to be able to mind wipe this mortal of from when she entered the building. You don't successfully wipe any further than that because she rolled.
Oh yeah.
She rolled 4 successes
clear,
as well. So.
No. To be clear, I want to be clear about what I want to mind wipe anyway. I just want to mind wipe that she is entering into a room with a whole bunch of people that she doesn't know with what looks to be a monstrous murder scene. That's the only thing I want to do, and as soon as they're here, I want them to basically be in the room, have that shit happen, and then as soon as we leave, then they can resume basically and then go from there. But I'm just trying to wipe that they came into this room, it was a murder scene, and they see a bunch of us, because that's not good. So I wanted to cloud that specifically.
She's going to enter the room and she's going to immediately exit. She's going to walk away. then after she realizes where she is, she walks back towards the room, and history
I want us
repeats
to be
itself.
gone before then.
So, if you want that to be successful, you can make the exit through the window that is cracked. You could hide in the room and wait for them to leave. What would you like to do as a group?
What story are we on? What floor are we on?
We're on the ground floor. There's only one. There's only one. There's only
Ground
one.
floor?
I think. Yeah. As we do that, Victoria is going to make a rouse check to. She failed. She goes up in hunger. She's going to use unseen passage. So she's no longer seen.
I'm gonna go out the window and I'm going to walk in the direction of like bushes that I would imagine will be outside. Basically, just try to get myself out of sight to where I wouldn't even be visibly from a straight perspective, you know, fleeing. I want to be hit.
Dexterity and dexterity and subterfuge.
All right.
I
Dexterity
guess we're
subterfuge
going
is-
out the window, so I'd probably indicate to Nyx and Valeria that's where we want to head, and then either offer to lower them out or prepare to catch from the other side.
Yeah,
I have
so
an idea.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead,
love
go ahead.
that.
Can I cloud memory and just walk her out of the building?
she hasn't entered yet. You're either she's walked back down the hall and then she's coming back down to enter again when she remembered what she was doing, where she was. She hasn't re-entered
but
the room yet.
Can I
If
leave
you-
the room and
So
walk her
yeah,
out?
so yeah,
So she
your
doesn't get to us?
your option, you could do that. However, this is probably not a good idea.
Okay, I'll go out the window.
All right.
Catch me, Nicholas.
So Nicholas, so Nicholas, let's say Nicholas would have gone through the window, and he's on the side, kind of being someone to catch people. So for Nyx and Valeria and Victor, sorry, what were you saying, Valeria?
Oh, I was going to say Valeria lets out a little yelp and nods, and then sort of hyper whispers, "Valeria exits stage right, pursued by a nurse." And then
Alright.
leaps for the window.
Okay, so you're not gonna. Okay, yep. Okay, so all right. So as you exit the window, I'll also get Kira to. Sorry, how many successes did you get, Kira?
Yes, with 3 dots to roll 3 die, I got 3 successes.
Okay, so you jump out the window and then you land sort of close to Nicholas, but on the ground. And you're able to get out by your own merit. The Nyx, give me dexterity and athletics,
All right.
which is a 4.
Yeah, I got 2 successes.
2 successes. You kind of leap out the window and you kind of land on Nicholas.
Thanks
He
for catching me.
he probably attempts to catch you. Can you roll dexterity and revolving reaction? Let's just do dexterity and composure.
And composure, you don't want like awareness. Okay.
Yeah, it's more about like being consultative about something coming at you. In this case, a reasonably
4 successes.
4 successes.
Soft
Okay,
vampire.
you catch
2
Nick's
of my
pretty
hunger dice came up critical.
nice. You successfully catch Nyx, and then you sort of like put her on her feet, and then await for the rest of the party to come through. So currently, Kira's outside, Nicholas is outside, Nyx is outside. Valeria, give me. Composure and insight.
Squinting at my sheet.
It's a total of 5
Oh,
with your hunger.
2, 3, 1, 2. I think I need to have this character sheet printed out on a massive piece of butcher's paper
Yeah, that's probably a good
and
idea.
probably tacked on the wall next to me.
Yeah,
You know, like an A0 poster.
yeah.
Oops. Okay, I have 1 unk, 2 unks, 3 blanks.
Okay, so you have 2 successes. You kind of land 1 foot in Nicholas's hand, the other on the ground, and it's not very graceful. Nick, I would imagine Nicholas kind of sort of like pseudo catches her, but sort of doesn't really succeed, and she kind of falls on the floor, and then kind of just gets back up and just is doesn't really want the help.
Or just like this feral edge to Nicholas' eyes, just because he's being driven largely by hunger at this point.
Yeah. And then finally, Victor. So you make an attempt to leap through the window as well. And I'll give you a roll of. Let's go with dexterity and athletics.
All right, here we go. 1 success.
Single success. You fall on Nicholas. He is unable to hold your weight. You kind of just fall onto him and you topple him over a little bit, and then Nicholas kind of reacts. I guess, what the hell you just hit me for?
Guys, you're making me look bad in front of the werewolf.
Then you're able to dust yourself off and pick yourself up, and then you're all outside.
I'd like to call. I'd like to immediately go into my earpiece and page Wallace. We need a car around at the front, and I just want us to get out of here as quick as we can.
Roger, ma'am. On the way. There's not really a road where you are. So, do you want to try and...
We don't want him back here. That would draw too much attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want him to actually like pull up on the grass or anything, but basically as close as we can, like towards a road, we can just walk the distance and he can meet us there, so it's less conspicuous and, yeah.
So in the hospital there is a series of buildings and there's some footpaths that connect the two. If you walk towards your right, hugging the building, you eventually find a footpath, and there's kind of a lot of mortals around, none of which are involved with the accident, so you walking down this path wouldn't really raise any suspicion. So the coterie and Victor walk down this path, eventually finding a road that is the pediatrics department. And then you just all wait there for the car to come pick you up. When the car
What
arrives,
was all that about?
when the car arrives, you all jump into the car, and then you're free to discuss.
As we're free to discuss, I actually do want to pull out that coin from my pocket, and I want to, in front of every one of them, I want to unravel it, and I want to show everyone just in the middle of my hand, with it being on top of the glove. And I want to say that I found this on the floor. It has one of our symbols. It has an ankh. And this is a masquerade breach if I ever saw one. I don't know how I got there. I don't know why a nurse was killed and other people were harmed, but this is what I found.
Victoria takes the coin and inspects it on both sides. She knows that that's not an ankh. It's a Camarilla symbol.
Mhm.
On the other side, it's an Anarch symbol. But it's been transformed with presumably a car key or something quite blunt into an Anarch symbol. It's a message from the Camarilla that the revolution has started. And thus concludes episode 2 of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Sydney by Night. We thank you for joining us tonight. And as dawn approaches, we hope to see you next time. Night falls. Bye for now.